we're talking about men and we should appreciate their emotions and be able to talk through stuff and, identify when something's wrong with them. But what about just legitimately emotional men?
Yeah.
Come on now. You can't just be crying all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't be crying all the time. You can't want, just like a man doesn't want to deal with an overly emotional woman, women do not want to deal with overly emotional men. You can't be, you can't have to be peeled off the floor every day because something happened at work.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
you bringing that energy home.
Yeah.
I gotta deal with it. Like, I'm not in the mood for this.
Go work out or
Right.
something. Like,
You need to go in the bathroom and
yeah.
need some lotion and let it out.
Seriously,
Come back when you're done. Because listen, I'm not dealing with that. I can't stand that. What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Ate at the Table. Today we have some great topics, and I just want to start by introducing our wonderful guest, Ayana.
Peace, family.
And we have, of course, Aaron with us.
Hey guys.
All right.
Okay, so, Ayana, we have you here today. Let's tell the people, what it is that's so special about you and, why we chose you as our guest.
Well, I'm a social media influencer. I'm an activist. I have an organization in Houston that does work for the people. I make devices that absorb EMF radiation. So I'm all about energy and I care about my people. I consider myself a Black familyist. So I'm all about what's best for the Black family.
So today our topic is going to be why men feel like we don't care about their emotions.
We as in women or we as in society?
Women, but really it is society if you ask me.
Great. Thank
But,
you.
they want to know why women don't care about their emotions, supposedly. So, I personally think that we do care about your emotions. I think we care too much sometimes, but you choose when you care to pay attention to it. So it's not until a woman decides she's stepping back a little bit when a man decides, all right, now I need it. Because we can pour into a man. We can always give our all, but sometimes you do something for someone and they don't recognize how much energy you're putting into it and they're never grateful for it. They never really receive it the way you would like them to. And so once you stop giving that energy and you stop pouring in, that's when the desire is there for it. And that's when they're just like, they're starting to feel it. They're starting to feel the difference. So I think sometimes men are just emotionally detached. And then it comes to a point when we step back and now they have to reevaluate the situation and they want it back. So I think that's what may happen in some cases. Again, I don't have all the answers, but I think that a lot of times that's the situation when it comes to how we handle men's emotions, because it's like now that I've detached myself, I'm not really feeling you. So whatever you're feeling now, I can't really cater to your feelings the way I once would have.
I think you have an excellent point because, and I've said this before, a lot of times men and women, but we're talking about men here, we go after people who are not good for us. You can't see someone and aesthetically like what you see and be attracted to that. And this is a bullshit person. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about, how your day is going. They don't care if you're healthy. They don't care about anything else. But then you want to turn around and complain. Yeah. You knew this person. You knew exactly who they were. But now you crying about it when you could have just avoided this person. No, but you wanted to just be about the aesthetic and not what's really important. You have to care about your feelings in order for it to be made important so that someone else cares about it.
I think just a lot of us grew up where our vulnerabilities were attacked, maybe in school, we were teased. And so over time, we're very selective about who we open up to. And it's also a fear of love. I think for some reason in society, there's this huge push to not love and no love. What's that song? No Love by that one guy.
𝗔𝗚
𝗚𝗚𝗚𝗚. Yeah. And so that there's this huge push not to love, and you might be soft if you love your woman too much, or it's a lot of outside energies also at play with our relationships, our internal relationships. So.
Ooh, I got another one too, right?
Wait, hold on.
It's with the women.
Before you say that, I have to bring this up. So we're talking about men and we should appreciate their emotions and be able to talk through stuff and, identify when something's wrong with them. But what about just legitimately emotional men?
Yeah.
Come on now, you can't just be crying all the time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you can't be crying all the time. You can't want just like a man doesn't want to deal with an overly emotional woman. Women do not want to deal with overly emotional men. You can't be you can't have to be peeled off the floor every day because something happened at work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
you bringing that energy home.
Yeah.
And now I gotta deal with it. Like, I'm not in the mood for this.
go work out or
Right.
something. Like
You need to go to the bathroom and
yeah.
need some lotion and let it out.
Seriously,
Come back when you're done. Because listen, I'm not dealing with that. I can't stand that either. Because I'm just like, it's in a way it's kind of bad, but I just rather just, let's deal with it later. Let's just have a good time right now. But some things have to be talked about. But I do want to bring up a point that I was going to bring up. Some men are afraid to be emotional, I think, because some women pillow talk, or I mean, not pillow talk, but some women, for example,
talk too much.
talk too fucking much.
Mm-hmm. I will say this, like I believe that it's very isolating when you're in a relationship or a marriage or whatever, and you can't have those conversations with your partner.
Right.
So you're having these conversations, you're working through your stuff and talking about your stuff, but you don't get that in return.
Exactly.
And I think it makes you feel very, what's the word? Alone. It can make you feel very isolated and alone in a relationship or in a marriage.
Right.
So, I mean, we have to really figure out ways to create a safe space.
As a man, if you take better care of your own emotions, you'll find that you'll have a healthier relationship with your woman, because if you are understanding and you're getting better at expressing yourself, then it'll be easier for her to understand and move how you need her to move, so that y'all can both be emotionally happy. But I also think that I also believe that women can do a better job about when let's say a man does get really upset and he starts going off. Sometimes it is best for us to listen, even if he's, as long as he's not, cussing you out, to just listen to what he's saying, because sometimes it's those moments when there's these emotional outbursts that he's really trying to tell you how he feels. He finally got to a point where he can really release it. Listen to him then. Understand what he's saying then get your little clapbacks in, whatever. But listen to what he's saying and then bring it up later when y'all are calm. Bring up, I heard you say this, and this when you were upset with me. I understand you were upset. Maybe you didn't say it the best way, but I do want to work on that with you. I want to work on that for you,
That's hard. Yes, this world has made it very hard to be a Black woman and to be soft and gentle and trusting and giving. It's like constantly you're constantly being abused and taken for granted and just beaten on and just like nobody's like not having anybody to cry to, like to lean on, to really ask for, just to ease up a little.
Yeah.
Imagine that, and then someone asking you to be there for them in a relationship and raise their children, and then still in those situations you're still being abused and taken advantage of and hurt, and then you're having to raise daughters, and then you're having to raise sons, and you just have so much
Potentially
trauma.
alone.
Like, it's really difficult, and I don't think that anyone has really talked about how hard it is to be a Black woman and why it's so important for us to just be loved on as well, because we're still pouring into everybody else, our kids, our men, like we're pouring into everyone, and we still sometimes feel like, but do you respect me? Do you really love me? Are you really willing to heal with me? Because I am for you.
But I'd also say that when it comes to like raising children and the stress that Black relationships have when it comes to raising children together, a lot of that is because Black people, we naturally are communal people. So I've studied a lot of villages and a lot of different cultures and it could be Africa, it could be Indonesia, but the first year of the baby's life, all the women are helping the mother. So you know what I mean? Like, men really don't know all this stuff when it comes, especially when the baby's breastfeeding and the little baby, like men are like, what do I do? Well, in a lot of cultures, the community is raising, and even back in the day, the community, you get your ass beat down the street.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So so we're at a point where we have been so individualized, we don't have that community anymore. So the women have way more pressure because we don't have a group of sisters helping us raise, helping us in the first year of life with the baby, which is so stressful. I mean, you're losing all of yourself to give everything to your child, You know what I mean? Literally, like you're giving this child the sustenance to grow and live. So
you do it on your own, your man misses out and he loses, some of your attention and some of your, affection. And now that's affecting him. So that is really an issue in our relationships, because now I'm giving so much time and energy and attention to my child. And it's so exhausting and time consuming that when you come home, I'm tired as hell. I got an attitude. Yo, the dinner is right here. I'm about to go lay down. Can you watch him for a second? Can I just go wash my ass? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas got an attitude up in here. Like, it's tired. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you got to figure out ways to work through that, And it sucks because, with this new generation that we're in, we're all forced to have more friends. We're all forced to, meet new people, be at more places, go travel more, this and that. But, like, we have to get back to the most important thing, which is family.
Right.
At least be able to maintain your household, have healthy relationships in your home. Remember that you're a team, work together, like, you all you got. Yeah. And we're all just trying to survive together. And it's not always about, like, the fancy stuff. Sometimes it's really about, like, having a companion, having a teammate, man. Yeah.
Like, having a teammate is so crucial. Like, I've said this on here before. Like, my husband and I get along really well. And the one thing in my mind, like, when shit is not good, I always think, yeah, he may get on my nerves right now, but can I imagine anybody else who I would want to be my teammate along this journey? Yeah. Right. Like, outside of, like, my siblings, it ain't that many people that I want to be a teammate with. Somebody that's going to take a L with me, somebody who I'll take a L with, somebody who I can celebrate with, somebody who's going to hold my hand or I can hold their hand when times are hard. Like, having a teammate and a partner is, like, the realest shit ever. Like, and this actually leads me to another question for y'all. So, early on we talked about, like, men making better decisions such that they are with women who will look out for their emotional health and look out for their feelings and everything that's going good, bad, or whatever in their life. So what do you think, we as women, knowing women, what could we suggest to men to look for in a woman so that they can find someone who lets them be emotional? Not crying, not whining, not bitching and moaning,
right? But
someone in a space where it's healthy emotion. What do you think that we can be doing?
What we can do, or
what they should look for?
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. What could we tell them to look for? Sorry.
We can tell them anything. They're not going to listen.
Well, assuming they'll listen, let's do it that way.
Okay. So after you get past the part where they find the person that they're attracted enough to, okay. So I know it's annoying, but when men go on dates, they don't usually want to hear what is your plan? What do you want? But sometimes those are the women, the women that are just interested in the bigger picture. Those are the women that are they're trying to find something to be there for the long run in. You get what I'm saying?
Not just the dinner.
Yeah, not just the dinner. Not, oh yeah, let's take shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you have to pay attention to the women who are trying to have those deep conversations. And it sucks because I actually have a couple of girlfriends. And I used to, when I was younger and immature, I used to be like, girl, you probably just talking too much on these dates. Like, just don't say it, like, and now I'm thinking about it, like, you deserve the greatest man and you deserve someone who's going to listen and care when you're talking about those things. And it sucks that, the people that you were interested in weren't interested in it at the time. But I think that some men really need to pay attention to the women who are, looking out for their own future, because that means that they're going to be okay. You may not be the one, but they're going to find that person that is the one. And, just, I guess, pay more attention to the women who are more vocal.
And engage in the conversation.
Yeah, engage in the conversations, because eventually you're going to get what you want. If you just be a little patient and, care a little bit and, have a plan, like, you're going to get there. But damn, like, don't you want somebody that has some type of other interest besides spending all your money and eating up all your food?
Crab legs.
God damn, I love crab legs. I used to be.
I think that a lot of people, period, right now have over romanticized relationships and marriage and things like that. So I mean, and this is even myself. Like, did that Disney, the prince is gonna save you and take whiskey away, you know? So a lot of us, part of it is like, I think that a lot of girls have this little girl inside them wanting the Prince Charming to take them away, and then sometimes we realize if we get the prince, there's a whole bunch of stuff with coming with court, you know what I mean, with all the with all the elites and stuff, but I think that, if you can find a man that can that is willing to take care of you, even if he needs your help along the way, and you can build with him and, things like that. But I also feel like sometimes you have to sacrifice as a woman. And I think that a lot of women all over the world sacrifice the feelings of, I want to be madly in love, or I want to be consistently in love, or consistently loved and taken care of, even if I'm not in love. Like, I know I'm the type of woman, I don't have to be in love with a man to be with him.
Most women.
But if there is love there, if I can love you, maybe I'm not in love, but if I can love you,
fleeting, it comes and it goes.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
but and you take care of me and you're consistent and you're trying to be here for a while, we trying to make it to the end, then cool, but I do think that a lot of us, myself included, sometimes get lost in I just want that super duper big passion, because we have those sometimes, but for me, it's never last. You have those strong passions, but they don't last because the fuel runs out quicker. You know what I mean? So
when you have problems within yourself and then expect to find someone that's not going to have any issues, we have to understand that when we're dating, some people are going to have things that we don't agree with. You can work on in a relationship, but all of these perfect things that people are putting on social media and stuff like that, that is not reality. That is not real life. And we have to really detach from that, because it's getting out of control. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is not perfect. So I'm gonna stop being poetic.
So we're about to wrap, but like, I really kind of want I loved your energy. So like, I really just want to hear like some final words from you, like what we as women can do to help our men to, like, make a safe space for them.
Trust us.
What we need to do to be better people, what we need to do to grow, even though we're bombarded with bullshit every single day. Like, just give us your final words.
So I would definitely say that understanding ourselves emotionally and spiritually, and just, basically diving into your own healing and your own healing journey. I think that if we all begin to really work on ourselves and repair our self-love, when we start really working on our self-love and learning what it is about ourselves, where we're not exhibiting the healthiest self-love, I think that all of us will be better for each other.
So guys, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much to our beautiful guests.
Thank you.
Remember guys, we love the love and the hate. But make sure y'all check us out on all formats. We're on Patreon, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Am I missing anything? Man, just check us out and make sure y'all subscribe to Datebox. It's coming out September 8th. Make sure y'all look out for new content, because we're uploading stuff all the time. We're just keeping it hot and fresh for y'all. So thank y'all. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again.
And at the table, you're tuned in.
Yes, I like that.
Face I made.